Alright, bewildering with the thoughts on waiting on the expectancy of the PlayStation 4 and the new Xbox 720, which many Sony and Microsoft fans are looking forward to. How do you feel about modern gaming, my fellow video gaming minions? Would you say that video games these days are absolutely awesome? Do you think they're the best video gaming in history simply because of the graphics? Or does it go a bit more further than that? Now, before I go on a little bit here, I'm going to say this. I do not like modern gaming. Nah. Got to be fair, there are some games out here that I can actually say I like. Some sport games, a tiny bit of first-person shooters, little bit of adventure, but that's just about it. Most games I've played these days are either disappointing or too repetitive, or have this formula of copy and paste this from this certain game, add it to the next. Just reshape a few things, and there you go. No one's going to notice. No, not at all. No one's going to notice that we had that formula. Don't worry about being creative or anything new in totally the whole prospect of a different game. Just copy and paste a few things from here to there. I.e. first-person shooters, for example. Yay, that's a really good idea. I'm pretty sure many of you may remember certain video game developers in the 90s and 80s who actually came up with good ideas of having us gamers being so induced in all sorts of video games, right? All sorts. Not just a certain few or the selected group. All sorts of genres had that appeal because they worked so hard. I'm not saying they don't do these days. They only work as much as hard as when they get that little bit of dosh in the mosh. That's right. Fuel for the fire. As long as they get that money. A lot of it. I.e. through DLC. That's still carrying on. Wonderful. Yeah, that's absolutely astonishing. Got to be a bit fair to DLC. I've been a victim of that. I've bought a few DLC packs for my Xbox 360. Like for the game of Left 4 Dead 2. And for Sony, I bought a few things online for my Avatar, which I really do love, the PSN Home. I love going on that. And for DC Online Universe, DC Universe Online, basically. Yeah, I've bought my fair share of, DLC. So to some extent, DLC's alright, but sometimes they go over the top of their prices, and I don't really like that, right? I'm against that big time. So what is the big appeal about modern gaming? I mean, I understand that the evolution of video gaming process in different generations. My personal favourite being the first 5 video gaming generations. Back from the 70s up to the 90s, however. However, my video gaming line stopped at the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube. Nintendo Wii has had it a little bit, right? I like some of the games on there as well. I thought that was quite unique, the Nintendo Wii. I thought it was really good. A really good concept. Really love family-based interactive games instead of just jabbing away with a mash of buttons. You actually get to move. Use games like Cooking Mama, just for example. That was a really good concept of a console. Why do people hate it? I don't know. Apparently it's too kiddish, but I actually liked it because it's more family-orientated. Gets the whole family together. Rather than just sitting down, drinking your beer, playing first-person shooters, thinking you're the greatest gamer in history. Oh yeah, if that's your idea of how modern video games should be portrayed, and if you think that's how games today are absolutely good, so you are gravely mistaken. So, while all these thoughts, and not just me alone, are happening on a lot of gamers' minds these days, and wondering, are people losing their minds by thinking that video games are absolutely getting better, do you think that modern games are actually good? Do you even like the modern gaming consoles? There's so much to actually go on about the modern gaming industry. You wonder if their developers and creators are taking the whiz, like Capcom. Now, let me tell you something. I uploaded Resident Evil 6 demo gameplay, just a demo. I actually had to take it down because apparently it's copyrighted by Capcom or something. That was a few months back. I thought, what? WTF, mate? What is wrong with you? Why? Capcom, I used to like you. Yeah, now look what you've done. Many of you gaming companies have given us the middle finger. That's right, that's what you have done. You've given us that big, massive middle finger every day, more or less, for some of us that love the games that you used to produce. We used to look up to some of you as well. Some of you used to have hardcore fans, and you give us the middle finger and 2 thumbs down of disapproval of how... Oh, goodness sake, man. It's annoying. Really annoying how some gaming companies want a lot of that, and in return they can give you that. Why? What's the point? So my question still stands, my fellow YouTubers, video gaming minions, and fellow retroholics, like, retro gamers such as myself. And those of you little kiddlywinks that are into the modern gaming industry, do you like modern gaming? You can let me know your opinions in full in a video response or in a comments section. I've given games their fair due. I've been fair on both sides, to retro gaming and modern gaming. They've both produced that and that, right? Both parties have. But with the generation evolving from what was something that was newly created into the world, I'll give the retro gaming that. Modern games, from that, like that. There's only a certain few games I can actually play on the modern consoles, but there's a whole lot I would love to play on the retro systems. So there you go. My question still stands. So I'm Dr. Virtual, my fellow good old video gaming minions, wonderful gorgeous subscribers, and wonderful viewers. Take care of yourselves, and may retro games live on.